Baylor baseball has released the 2026 schedule, and it goes as follows. I apologize for looking down because I cannot memorize all this stuff. And granted, we have to wait and see about the games because you never know with weather and whether a game's delayed or straight up canceled or anything like that. Just to let y'all know about that. So February 13th through 15th, they will have a series at home against New Mexico State, 4 p.m., 2 p.m., and 1 p.m. respectively. Then they get to play at home in a midweek non-conference game against Texas State at 4 p.m. Then they have the Round Rock Classic, which I already kind of mentioned, on February 20th through 22nd, like Oregon State at 6 p.m., then Purdue at 1 p.m., and all these times listed here in Central Time as well, just to make things faster. And there's 3 p.m. Then there's a midweek home game against Stenoff Austin at 4 p.m. Then you play in the 2026 Astros Foundation College Classic, which we already know about the opponents, the days, and all that. Like Ole Miss, it's February 27th. 3 p.m. in Texas the next day at 7 p.m. Then the following day, March 1st, against UTSA at 6 p.m. Then there's a midweek non-conference game against Tarleton State on the road on March 3rd. We don't know the time yet. Then there's a series against Air Force at home, March 6th through 8th, 6:30 p.m., 2 p.m., and 1 p.m. Then you get to play Sam Houston State as a midweek game at home, March 10th at 6:30 p.m. Then you have a series with West Virginia in Big 12, March 13th through 15th, 6:30 p.m., 2 p.m., and 1 p.m. respectively. And it's actually a midweek a non-conference game against a Big 12 opponent that Baylor doesn't even play this year, and that's Kansas State at 6:30 p.m. on March 17th, a Tuesday. Then you got to go on the road to Oklahoma State for a series with them, March 20th through 22nd, 6 p.m., 6 p.m., and 1 p.m. respectively. Then there's a midweek non-conference game against Incarnate Word, March 24th at 6:30 p.m. And 6:30 p.m. Yeah. Then there's a series on the road against Houston at March 27th through March 29th, 6:30 p.m., 6:30 p.m., and 1 p.m. respectively. Then you get a non-conference game against Tarleton State. This time you get to play them at home on March 31st, a Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. Then you have a Big 12 series against BYU, April 2nd through April 4th at 6:30 p.m., 6:30 p.m., and 1 p.m. Then you go on the road to UT Arlington on April 7th. We do not know the time for that game. Then you got to go on the road to Cincinnati for a Big 12 series, April 10th through 12th at 5 p.m., 2 p.m., and 11 a.m. Then you get actually a non-conference game against UTSA again on April 14th at 6:30 p.m. at home. Then you have a home series against TCU, April 17th through 19th, 6:30 p.m., 2 p.m., 1 p.m. Then you get to play Sam Houston State again, aka Sam Houston, April 21st, but this time it's on the road at 6 p.m. Then you go on the road to Arizona State, April 24th through 26th at 8:30 p.m., 8:30 p.m., and 3 p.m. Then you get to play UT Arlington at home for a non-conference matchup on April 28th, 6:30 p.m., a Tuesday. Then you get a Big 12 series against Texas Tech at home, 6:30 p.m., 2 p.m., and 1 p.m. for May 1st through May 3rd. Then you get to play Texas State on the road on May 5th at 6 p.m. for a non-conference matchup during the week. Then you gotta go on the road. You got UCF at home right after that on May 8th through 10th at 6:30 p.m., 2 p.m., and 1 p.m. Then you got to go on the road to Utah May 14th, 15th, and 16th, and for those games at 7 p.m., 7 p.m., and 2 p.m. Obviously, there's going to be the Big 12. I mean, there's a Big 12 tournament, but not every team gets to play in that. We have to wait and see about the format, and it's obviously going to be a surprise stadium and surprise. Arizona, May 19th through 23rd, and of course there's the NCAA regionals if May 29th through June 1st, and the Super Regionals June 5th through June 8th, and also College World Series from like not just the championship series but the whole World Series itself, like June 11th through June 22nd. So we have all the schedule known now. And I'm going to just break this down real fast. And I'll break down the roster and the ceiling and the floor later when the season gets closer, to be honest. So in terms of NCAA opponents, I'm going to start with that. Texas 44-14, regional. Ole Miss 43-21, regional. UTSA, you get to play them twice, 47-15. There's Oregon State 48-16-1. A World Series team, as in they got there, Omaha, and that's it. The Southern Miss 47-16, regional. West Virginia 44-16, you get to play them 3 times. Same thing goes for TCU for regional, but 39-20. Arizona State 36-24, regional 3 times with them. And Oklahoma State 30-25, regional, and you get to play them 3 times. Cincinnati 33-26, 3 games. And there's Kansas State in that midweek game, 32-26, and they're just 1 time, and that's a regional team. Now, in terms of winning record, like Purdue 31-23, Houston 30-25, BYU 28-27, then UCF 29-26 last year. Man, let me just check that real fast. And it shouldn't take too long for the others, because you could tell who we're going to play. Baylor's going to play once or twice, or even like a series. Yeah, 29-26 last year. That's kind of what I thought. Now, in terms of losing record teams, New Mexico State, you get to play them 3 times, 23-33. Air Force, you get to play them 3 times, 20-34. Texas Tech, 20-33 last year, 3 times with them. And Utah, 21-29, 3 times with them. Texas State, 27-31, just 2 times with them. Stephen F. Austin, you can only get to play them once, and 18-31. There's Tarleton State, or aka Tarleton, 24-32, you get to play them twice. UTR-10, you get to play them twice, 21-33. Sam Houston State, or aka Sam Houston, 12-43, you get to play them twice. And there's a Cardinal Warriors, 17-33. So they're going to be very battle tested, and you could tell by the RPI from last year that they're going to definitely be battle tested enough, because there's going to be like a lot of teams inside the like 35 in terms of RPI from top 30 in terms of RPI from last year. 7 different schools, and 52% of the opponents on Baylor's conference slate has a top 75 RPI. And it's going to be good to know where you're at in the non-con, get ready for conference. So we're going to have to wait and see what happens between now and then. Injury stats, who knows? For this sport, it's not like basketball or football. You're going to know. Definitely. Like for conference games and anything like that. So anyways, if you like this content, hit the like, subscribe button. See you guys later on Reddit. 8 scores, goals, ultimate goals, 1,000 more. Remember, the scores like video, comment video really helps YouTube algorithm. Some more people see us, sharing the video does help as well. Some more people can watch, and if you're watching and not subscribe, hit subscribe button for the notification bell as well.